Both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris now back out on the campaign trail after Tuesday night's debate. Donald Trump returning to a rally crowd in Arizona. He spoke for more than an hour, claiming victory in the debate while attacking the moderators. And he also repeated some of the debunked claims he made involving migrants, the 2020 election, and crowd sizes. We, of course, heard those also on the debate stage.
Residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese and even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. And they said we lost. I was told if I got 63 million votes, which is what I got in 2016, you can't lose. Just get 63. I got close to 12 million more votes than that. And we lost, but we didn't lose. Her crowds are zero. Her crowd, she's got no crowds. They bus the people in. They pay buses to bring people. Nobody here rode in on a bus.
All right, joining me now is Sabrina Rodriguez, national political reporter for The Washington Post. Sabrina, good morning. Wonderful to see you. You were at this Trump rally yesterday. We, of course, also heard from Trump that he doesn't want to participate in a third debate. He says there will be no third debate. What did you see on the ground there? What were your takeaways from that rally that we can't see from just watching the sound bites?
I think the number one thing I will say, Casey, was seeing the number of people who do leave Donald Trump's rallies early. I think obviously that came up during the debate and hearing Vice President Kamala Harris sort of take a jab at him and get under his skin by mentioning that people leave the rallies early. That was something I was kind of keeping an eye out for yesterday in Tucson. And I will say, I talked to several of the folks that did leave early, and a lot of people that go to Trump's rallies are in line for 6-7 hours before the rally takes place. We saw yesterday in Tucson over 100+ degree weather. Because of the heat, there was dozens of people that had to be taken out of the line with heat exhaustion symptoms. And really, we did see thousands of people turn out. We did see that some of those folks that I talked to that left early was because it was a middle of the day rally, and seeing, the family commitments, having to pick up kids at school, and a lot of people kind of jabbing at me, talking to them and saying, I'm not leaving because I'm bored, I promise. But I think that was kind of one of the sights to see, and some people expressing disappointment at the idea that there wasn't going to be another debate. A lot of people, Trump supporters there, were saying, they would love to see him take the stage again, and a lot of them, kind of reiterating the points he's making, where he's trying to sell that he won the debate.
Sabrina, can you talk to me a little bit about the state of play on the ground in Arizona? Because, as we're kind of tracking these final, just under 8 weeks of campaigning, there are these questions about each candidate's path to 270. And I've talked to some sources who suggest that Arizona has really moved away from Kamala Harris and toward Donald Trump. I'm curious if you have picked that up in your reporting on the ground there, what your sources are saying to you about it.
I think, as we'll say with any state, of just how tight it is right now, I think it applies with Arizona as well. But really, I've been looking at the Senate race here between Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego and Kari Lake. And that one is the one that sort of gives me this sense that things might be shifting back in Democrats' favors. A couple months ago, if you had asked me, and looking at polls and just talking to folks on the ground in Arizona, it really did look like there was this shift towards the Republican Party. There was this support for Kari Lake and Donald Trump. And with that shift at the top of the ticket, there's been many more conversations that I've been having with more moderate Republicans and independent voters, who are a key group in this state, that are much more Kamala Harris curious, are much more into this idea of, a new kind of leadership, a younger candidate at the top of the ticket, are sort of seeing that messaging that is coming from both Ruben Gallego's campaign and the Harris campaign, that is actively courting those people in the middle, is actively saying, politics can go back to being normal again, and it doesn't have to be people launching insults at each other. So I think there is this openness, but again, I think, as we see in a lot of these battleground states, just how tight it's going to be, just how much it may come down to those people who are doing the door knocking right now in intense Arizona heat, and sort of what people are listening to on the airwaves as well.
All right, Sabrina Rodriguez for us this morning. Sabrina, very grateful to have you. Hope you'll come back soon. Thank you.